Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmades.com, and thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. For today's project, we are using two stamp sets. I'm featuring the Pick a Pumpkin stamp set from our current holiday catalog, and I'm also using Painted Harvest, which is from our current catalog. Love this stamp set. This was featured in Club Quita last month, I think it was. And Pick a Pumpkin, this is a really great stamp set, and there are some coordinating framelits that go along with this stamp set. So I think these thinlits are called, they're thinlits, not framelits. I think they're called patterned pumpkin thinlits, if I remember correctly, but this is available as a bundle in my online Stampin' Up! Store. So when you bundle the thinlits with the stamp set, you actually save 10%. Really great value. I love these little pumpkins and then the little faces that you can add to them. Such a great set. Okay, so here is the card that I'm going to share with you how to create today, and this card is very clean, very simple, but it is beautiful, you guys. I wish that you could see it in person. I'm not sure just how well it translates through the camera, but I absolutely love everything about this card, and I discovered a fantastic new color combination when I was creating this card. So I used Very Vanilla, and then you have the copper accents, but my colors are Peekaboo Peach and Early Espresso. I never thought about pairing these two together, but I had chosen this designer paper here from the Painted Autumn Designer Series paper stack. I chose that paper, and then I couldn't find an orange that I really liked. Like the Tangerine Tango was just too much. Pumpkin Pie was just a little bit darker than what I wanted. I wanted something a little bit brighter, and then I thought, well, you know, Peekaboo Peach, that can be orange. I am in love with these two colors together, and then when you throw in that copper, it just brings this to life. I absolutely love this card. All right, so to get started, I've got a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock here. We're going to do all of our stamping on this one piece. So I'm going to start with my Early Espresso ink pad, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that sentiment, I am thankful for you. Just ink that up, and I think I'm going to stamp it right about there. Okay, just like that. I'm going to leave my Early Espresso out because we're going to need it again in a second, and I'm going to bring in the Peekaboo Peach. Then I've got the little pumpkin that has triangles inside of it. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that right here. And then my little short squatty pumpkin, I'll stamp that right here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to the side, and then I've got one of our medium Very Vanilla envelopes. I'm going to ink up the tall pumpkin from the Pick a Pumpkin stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that right here in the bottom left of my envelope in Peekaboo Peach. Then I've got the little tiny pumpkin. I'm going to ink that up in the Early Espresso, and I'm going to stamp this and overlap it on top of that Peekaboo Peach, just like so. All right, so for my envelope, I've got some more of that Painted Autumn Designer Series paper. So this is cut at 2.5 inches by 6 inches, and I'm actually going to add this to the flap of my envelope for just a little bit more decoration. So I've got my liquid Tombow glue here. I love this adhesive. It's my favorite liquid glue. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that. Lay this right on top. Press it down. And you just want to give this a second to dry. Okay, and once that's dry, you're going to see that piece of designer paper is much larger than you need. Just bring in your scissors and trim around and cut off the excess. All right, and once you've done that, you've got a gorgeous custom envelope. How cool is that? All right, so now I've got my magnetic platform here. I've got one cutting plate. I'm going to bring in my stamped layer. I've got the lots of labels framelits here, and I'm using the third largest of those framelits, and I'm just going to line this up where I want it to be. I think I want my sentiment. Let me make sure that's straight. I guess like that looks okay. Let's get this down a little bit like that. Then I've got my patterned pumpkins here. I'm going to take out those dies. We'll just lay this little guy right here. And then hopefully I can fit this on too. Yes. All right, and now I'm just going to run this through my Big Shot. All right, so now I've got those pieces all cut out. So I'm gonna set that to the side. Then I've got some of our copper foil and our leaf punch. This is also, I forgot to mention, so this leaf punch is available as a bundle with the Painted Harvest stamp set. So again, when you bundle the two together, you save 10% in my online store. All right, so I'm just going to punch out one of these leaves. There we go. Then for my card base, I've got a piece of very vanilla thick cardstock. This is cut at 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and I have scored it at 4 1/4. And I'll just use my bone folder here to give that a nice crease. So now I've got our delicate doilies here. I'm just gonna take one of these doilies, and very carefully I'm going to lay down some adhesive and just lay my doily right in that adhesive. I think I'm gonna turn this like that. And I'm putting this kind of the upper right hand area of the card base. So I've got another piece of designer paper from that Painted Autumn Designer Series paper stack. This is 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and I'm going to use my banner triple punch to banner the end here. If you don't have this punch, remember you can fishtail it with your scissors. It works the same. All right, so I just added some fast views to the back here, and I'm just going to stick that right here on my doily. Then I'm going to take some copper trim and just fold it over like so, snip off the end, and I want to adhere this down towards the right of these layers. I want to adhere it right about here using dimensionals. So I'm just going to use one of the edge pieces of the dimensionals here. I'm going to loop this back over and just lay that across just like so. Okay, isn't that cute? Then I'm going to add a couple more dimensionals here. That should be good. Take off my backings. Now I'm gonna lay my little label down right across those dimensionals. Okay, that should be good. So now I'm just adding a little bit of fast fuse to the back of this pumpkin, and I'm going to sort of very slightly angle it just like that, and then we will take our little copper leaf here. Oop, I'm gonna add it right about there. And then I want this pumpkin to sit on top. Oh, perfect. So I'm just going to use one dimensional here to add this on, just like that. Pop it on here. Perfect. All right, and that finishes up this quick and simple card, and I think it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love this card. I think this is going to be the card that I give out for Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to make a ton of these and give these. I absolutely love this card. All right, and here is my original. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's quick and easy project. I love how this card turned out. Remember, you can find all of the measurements as well as a full list of the supplies that I used today over on today's coordinating video blog post, and I've linked to that post just below the video in the description notes. So thanks again, and I will be back with you all very soon with another tutorial. Bye now.